Okay, this is the first I can even film or talk about that car with the light like a jackass still on. This something lighten it up, okay? Now there's noise coming from my cat box and noise. So let me just regroup. I plug my ear. I don't know if I can do this with all this kind of noise shooting off around me all the time, man. Let me try though. Plug my ear. Okay, regroup. That car just came in. That one from Dildo 1 was there all day after she had done her thing with it, okay? And then you can tell I didn't say nothing about this house. There, the light went off. Dildo 2 just came back in. There's a party going out there, I would say that way. Large, big party, billowing, echoing, shrieking, laughter for over an hour. Huge party. Okay, so note that, all right? This is like the people here, okay? Right, I don't gotta say no more. Right. Unbelievable, man. Okay, this is the first time I can talk about this as well. That car, Dildo 2, that you just saw was my intro. That just came, I said that car that just came in. The person who I know I've seen drive it looks like the other guy that I've taken pictures of, the white guy that goes in the front and goes in the back. And I'm not going to get all sidetracked with this shit he does, okay, because I have documented it. They got another guy that looks like him. It's not the same guy. Does the same things, though. But this guy that I have photoed, they've both been on the internet. This most recent guy, I don't know if that was him that just went in. I didn't jump up and look. I get a little bit of lights in here. He's going to see me do that. I mean, come on. And I'll get to why I don't have to do this stuff. This new white guy that I put on the internet, he's the most recent guy I've been taking pictures of that comes from the yellow house to the car. He races like he's in a triathlon. I'm not exaggerating, to the car most of the time. Shoom. And the guy triathlons it out. That's usually what he does. It's the guy that was talking to the loud Mexican guy, right? They got a lot of meth, these three houses here. These Mexican guys in this neighborhood are pimp and drug dealers. They're not your average nice Mexican guys, okay? They're not your usuals. They're the criminal. And they happen to be Mexican. So let's just get that straight. You know, I'm not going after Latins, okay? Okay. What just happened tonight, which is what I can talk about, is surprising. I can talk about that guy. I can talk about the car. I can talk about it all. It's kind of surprising. And I can talk about this. The helicopters follow him. And I don't have to tell the top cop that, because that is the top cops in the helicopter. It's clear and stark as day, okay? Any housewife would notice that, and she would say, honey, the helicopters follow that guy. And he would say, okay, tell me. And she would say, I've seen it this time, and then I've seen it that time. And she would tell her husband enough that he would be like, holy shit, my wife is seeing something. I need to check into this neighbor. This man has helicopters following his car. But I mean, that would be a scenario, okay? Because this is how founded I know beyond reasonable doubt that the helicopters follow that guy I've been talking about, Dildo 2. Okay? Your average housewife would notice, okay? The neighborhood would start to talk. But it gets worse than that, because the helicopters are so stark that the entire block would be talking, and they are. So note that massive party. That's going right now. What just happened about 10 minutes ago, and I can't talk about it until tonight. This happens a lot. So much. It's massively amazing. Helicopters come. 2 to 3. Now, I don't have a lot of view here. I only got this little bit, but I even see it. And they come and you can hear the blades like I've described in all of it, okay? And they come like this. I've described all this, and they keep going this way. And that way, the shit's amazing. And when they shine as they're going that way, lights straight at my room. I'll be sitting in my chair. I don't want to film on my fucking house. And they blind my eyes. This happens so many times as I'm sitting in my chair, and it'll be lighting up my room, dude. It'll be, yeah, okay. Now, so the housewife wouldn't have to tell her husband about the helicopters following the neighbor guy around in his car, because I've never seen anything like that. I mean, you know that the police maneuver like that. Police can operate like that. And so I've seen police operate like that. And it's dildo number 2 who comes and go. That guy, he's the new guy. He looks like the older guy. Not older, but old guy. He goes, I don't want to get sidetracked with this. Okay, so at that point, when you have helicopters, that's just one of the things they do with the strobe lights. The housewife wouldn't have to tell hubby any of this, except, oh my God, she would tell him, they're following that guy now. He wouldn't need her to explain anymore. He would say, they're following that guy? She would say yes, and she would then tell him what she has seen. Now, I don't have to say any of this because the helicopters are the top cops, okay? So I don't got to really say this because they know they're doing it. That's just one thing they do. And then when you see them, when they really start to swarm, what they just did, because dildo number 2 came back. He came back. That says a lot about these idiots in there. My green light is it's a drive that I cannot understand for meth. They got meth going all up and down. I got to plug my ear. All up and down. So they're on a meth and a chemical weapons mission, man. All right. And beyond that, okay, there's a lot of noise. I got to try to stay focused. Okay. Anyway, so let's go back to, I'm going to go back to the helicopters. Okay, so, that's just one thing to do. And while they're going to and you're hearing this, okay? I need to tell a sober adult that. And you're seeing the lights. They're shining. You can see the light ray coming at your house. It's being shined, however they do it, at your house while they're going sideways. It's really cool to see, but I've never, until I lived here, seen that sort of stuff. And then you'll see them start coming from this way. See this guy there? And you'll hear them. And then they go, well, this is what I can see. I don't know what they're doing beyond what I see. Okay, but you hear them, they're everywhere. You can get that fucking much. You gather that. And then they'll come, and there'll be that one going this way. And one going, another one coming around, going over the roofs. Now we got them going this way and that way. And the one going over the roof has got lights too. Okay? Now the housewife don't got to tell her husband this anymore. The whole neighborhood's talking. But this says a lot about the people, which the military, the Pentagon knows all about the people in Washington, D.C. All right, because no, they're not. They're going to pretend this isn't happening, man. Let's do that. That'll work for us. Yeah, D.C., it didn't, D.C. The people of D.C., my green light, are so addicted and they have this drive for meth, like the guy dildo number 2, that I just don't understand. So what's easiest for them is going to be their first solution to deal with life and to cope with life, because they're severely addicted to drugs here. And so pretending things aren't happening is going to be, okay, I got to plug my ear, is going to be their, whatever the word, okay? And so we have all this helicopter activity. And tonight, when I went to go look, when I figured there wasn't someone out there, I don't need to like bring attention to myself. I saw the dildo. I thought maybe it was because the dildo, because I seen dildo number 2 have helicopters literally follow him wherever he goes, off out. I don't know where he goes. The helicopters know. That's what they're doing it for. They start to swarm, and then the dick will drive away with helicopter following him, man, up there. Yes, sir. I've learned how okay, I'm not going to repeat myself. Okay, so tonight I looked and I saw that dildo number 2 had not left, but actually had the fucking drive and uncontrollable possession of crystal meth to actually come back into the yellow house, where I don't know. I didn't see him go in. I don't know if he's in there. I know his car's sitting there. I don't know if it's dildo number 2, but it's his car. It's not anyone's car. It used to be the other guy's car. Okay, and the cops and the helicopters and stuff know all this shit here. Those 2 cars, multiple people have driven them ever since I lived here. I've seen so many different people drive around in that car. That female today, I've seen so many different females drive that fucking car that she fucked with today, okay? I don't gotta say no more because it's just too much sidetracking and there's too much noise and I'm getting a little overwhelmed. Unplug my ear. So anyway, so that was happening. There was like multiple strobe light helicopters shining on the roofs and flying every which way, just swarming. And it was really loud and it went for a good half an hour. And I don't need to testify to this. Any sober adult can say, yeah, it did. But the ones here are having a massive, huge party, completely inebriated, under the influence. Everything's funny. Let's party next to a chemical weapons factory where they kill people and flush them down the toilet. Let's have a party. They're still doing that here. Hey, there's helicopters over at the neighbor's house. Shit, this is kind of like a spectacle. It happens all the time. Hey, let's pretend it's not happening. Let's keep partying. Which I can tell the Pentagon, they are still ripping it up. So that's the neighborhood, okay? Now, with these helicopters, there's so much I could discuss with them. It's kind of cool to me because I have lived it. But I'll just go ahead and leave it at that. And the fact it's also, I'll end the video with the fact that I can even talk about it. Now, while they were operating the helicopters, my green light was, no, don't be filming them, mommy. It's standard now. Don't be filming the special ops or whoever they are or talking about them too much, mamacita. They're the good guys. Just kind of get yourself out of this as much as you can, because the people that they're handling are not just this dildo number 2. It's these jihads and Muslim pastors. Remember I said about the Muslim pastors? Yeah, it's shit that, I mean, you hear what I'm saying, right? I'm not fucking equipped for this. So I gotta plug my ear all the time here. This is way too much, man. What was I thinking here? The noise is way fucking too much for a woman to have to live like this. I can't remember. So anyways, we're gonna hang the video up. But I just wanted to end with that I can talk about it tonight. But we could do a lot more discussion because what I've seen in my life with this kind of stuff was really incredible. But all right, bye.